What we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and take the panel off, and we've gone through here and we've got like little areas right here that need to be pushed in. We've got some highs and lows that we need to work with. We've got to trim the burrs off so it lays flat. Like right here, it's not really laying flat because of the burr on it. Let me see if I can actually show it. Yeah, might be able to lift it up now and see if I can't focus and see that burr right there, right on the corner, is keeping it from laying flat, and we definitely got to take care of that. Got a little dimple in here. We want to work that out slightly. Dimples are okay as long as they're small, because you can put body filler in it. When you have raised areas like this little area that was down here, let's see, this area right here, when it's pushed out, you don't want raised area, because then you have to build the area up around it in order to get rid of the raised area. It's easier to have a little dimple and just fill it and then form the whole, the little area around it, rather than try to form the whole panel around a peak or something. So anyways, let me get back to it. Getting to the point that we're about ready to weld this thing on. We're not going to weld it today because, well, we're just a little short on sunlight out here. So we're probably going to weld it tomorrow. But before we go weld it on, there used to be a bunch of foam in here. I don't remember if you remember seeing it in the picture. I'll put a little inset of it to show you guys. Also, there was a bunch of foam down here, and there still is some way down in the bottom. And so this foam really is a little bit of a concern when you're welding, because trust me, that stuff will catch on fire. So what we determined that we're going to do is, here, let me open up the door so we got a little bit of light coming in there. What we're going to do is we're actually going to probably put a little bit of aluminum foil down in there to catch in, about 3 or 4 layers of it, and that'll just have to stay with the car. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to soak that with water down there. And then there is a little hole right here through the side of the body. I don't know if you can see it or not. Right here. We're going to have our hose out here, our fire extinguisher out here, and then we'll have a little bottle of water out here as well. And what that's going to do is, if it does for whatever reason catch on fire, we're going to be right here to take care of it. There's going to be some other issues we need to take care of too. We got little tiny holes in here like this one. Here's a good one too. You got some up in here, all these. All right, these are wonderful catch points if you're welding, for a bead to fall down and go inside that and then catch the interior of your car on fire. I guess if we were professionals, we'd just completely remove the whole interior of the car. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to use what's called aluminum tape. And we're going to tape this up with a couple layers of aluminum tape, so that if a ball does land on it, it's very likely just kind of roll down here and it'll be down there. And like I said, all these are going to be covered up with tape, aluminum tape. And then this one too, because actually this one probably wouldn't matter, but we'll do it anyways, just in case there's some foam way down in there that we're not aware of. But we want to definitely make sure that, after all this work is done and everything, that, well, our car doesn't catch on fire. My son Bozo, he loves to leave keys in cars instead of his pocket. He's not here for me to rag on, but if he was, I'd rag on him about it. He's locked the keys in the car. We'll be like 20 miles from home and go get back in the car, and where's the keys? Oh, Dad, they're in the car and it's locked. Oh, great, thanks. So anyways, you think he'd learn his lesson by now. Anyway, back onto the car. That's just a little side note there. So I don't know if you guys remember, there was a big dent here. This was all pushed in. We got this all pulled out. We were missing a piece of metal here. We went ahead and built a piece out of the piece that came off the one from the skin we pulled off the wrecking yard. This was all pushed in way in there, about a whole good inch or so. That's all been pulled out, pushed out, etc. We're not too worried about this. This is all hidden by bumpers and stuff, so we're not worried about that. Well, anyways, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to let you know about some of the safety things that we were doing. It's getting down to the point to remove any excess foam. We just basically use this little wire brush right here, and we'll get in here and we'll blow all this out too. And then to get the leftover foam out of there, we actually used a small hook pry bar and got down in there, and some screwdrivers and some pliers, all kinds of stuff, and got it down about as far as we really felt safe with it. And then we vacuumed it all out with the shop vac. So anyways, you know, I said we were going to weld this tomorrow. I forgot. We have one thing that we forgot to get, and that is the body glue that goes right in here, the seam sealer. And what that does is when the car's going down the road, it keeps water from getting up in here and eating all this out. So we're going to have to get some of that before we weld it on. But what we'll probably do is go ahead and get as much done as possible before that body sealer comes in, and then we'll mount the quarter panel temporarily, and then when all that stuff comes in, then we'll go ahead and put the glue on and the sealer, and then we'll weld it up. And we'll have to use some clamps right up in here to clamp the skin to this. You can see there's still some body filler left in there. We'll have to get all that off too, or not body filler, some body glue. Let's see if I can get a better picture of it here. Some leftover body glue and seam sealer, so we'll get some of that in there. But so anyways, we're just pressing on here, and just thought we'd just keep sharing with y'all. Y'all have a good one. God bless you. Keith Nunya out till the next one. Bye.